Welcome to my videos. Amazon AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Set 4. A company would like to host its MySQL databases on AWS and maintain full control over the operating system, database installation, and configuration. Which AWS service should the company use to host the databases? A. Amazon RDS. B. Amazon EC2. C. Amazon DynamoDB. D. Amazon Aurora. Correct answer, A. How does the AWS Global Infrastructure offer high availability and fault tolerance to its users? A. The AWS infrastructure is made up of multiple AWS regions within various availability zones located in areas that have low flood risk, and are interconnected with low latency networks and redundant power supplies. B. The AWS infrastructure consists of subnets containing various availability zones with multiple data centers located in the same geographic location. C. AWS allows users to choose AWS regions and data centers so that users can select the closest data centers in different regions. D. The AWS infrastructure consists of isolated AWS regions with independent availability zones that are connected with low latency networking and redundant power supplies. Correct answer, D. A company is using Amazon EC2 auto-scaling to scale its Amazon EC2 instances. Which benefit of the AWS Cloud does this example illustrate? A. High availability. B. Elasticity. C. Reliability. D. Global reach. Correct answer, A. Which AWS service or feature is used to send both text and email messages from distributed applications? A. Amazon Simple Notification Service, Amazon SNS. B. Amazon Simple Email Service, Amazon SES. C. Amazon CloudWatch Alerts. D. Amazon Simple Queue Service, Amazon SQS. Correct answer, D. A user is able to set up a master payer account to view consolidated billing reports through A. AWS Budgets. B. Amazon Macy. C. Amazon QuickSight. D. AWS Organizations. Correct answer, D. According to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model, which task is the customer's responsibility? A. Maintaining the infrastructure needed to run AWS Lambda. B. Updating the operating system of Amazon DynamoDB instances. C. Maintaining Amazon S3 infrastructure. D. Updating the guest operating system on Amazon EC2 instances. Correct answer, D. A company wants to migrate a small website and database quickly from on-premises infrastructure to the AWS Cloud. The company has limited operational knowledge to perform the migration. Which AWS service supports this use case? A. Amazon EC2. B. Amazon Lightsail. C. Amazon S3. D. AWS Lambda. Correct answer, C. A company is moving multiple applications to a single AWS account. The company wants to monitor the AWS Cloud costs incurred by each application. What can the company do to meet this requirement? A. Set up invoiced billing. B. Use AWS Artifact. C. Set budgets in Cost Explorer. D. Create cost allocation tags. Correct answer, C. Which design principle is achieved by following the reliability pillar of the AWS well-architected framework? A. Vertical scaling. B. Manual failure recovery. C. Testing recovery procedures. D. Changing infrastructure manually. Correct answer, C. A user needs to quickly deploy a non-relational database on AWS. The user does not want to manage the underlying hardware or the database software. Which AWS service can be used to accomplish this? A. Amazon RDS. B. Amazon DynamoDB. C. Amazon Aurora. D. Amazon Redshift. Correct answer, B. Which task is an AWS responsibility when a workload is running in Amazon RDS? A. Creating the database table. B. Updating the database schema. C. Installing the database engine. D. Dropping the database records. Correct answer, C. A development team wants to publish and manage web services that provide REST APIs. Which AWS service will meet this requirement? A. AWS App Mesh. B. Amazon API Gateway. C. Amazon CloudFront. D. AWS Cloud Map. Correct answer, B. A company has a social media platform in which users upload and share photos with other users. The company wants to identify and remove inappropriate photos. The company has no machine learning, ML, scientist and must build this detection capability with no ML expertise. Which AWS service should the company use to build this capability? A. Amazon SageMaker. B. Amazon TextTract. C. Amazon Rekognition. D. Amazon Comprehend. Correct answer, D. Which responsibility belongs to AWS when a company hosts its databases on Amazon EC2 instances? A. Database backups. B. Database software patches. C. Operating system patches. D. Operating system installations. Correct answer, D. A company wants to use Amazon S3 to store its legacy data. The data is rarely accessed. However, the data is critical and cannot be recreated. The data needs to be available for retrieval within seconds. Which S3 storage class meets these requirements most cost effectively? A. S3 Standard. B. S3 1 Zone Infrequent Access, S3 1 Zone YA. C. S3 Standard Infrequent Access, S3 Standard YA. D. S3 Glacier. Correct answer, A. An online retail company wants to migrate its on-premises workload to AWS. The company needs to automatically handle a seasonal workload increase in a cost-effective manner. Which AWS Cloud features will help the company meet this requirement? Choose 2, A. Cross-region workload deployment. B. Pay-as-you-go pricing. C. Built-in AWS Cloud Trail audit capabilities. D. Autoscaling policies. E. Centralized logging. Correct answer, B, D. Which AWS service helps developers use loose coupling and reliable messaging between microservices? A. Elastic Load Balancing. B. Amazon Simple Notification Service, Amazon SNS. C. Amazon CloudFront. D. Amazon Simple Queue Service, Amazon SQS. Correct answer, D. A company needs to build an application that uses AWS services. The application will be delivered to residents in European counties. The company must abide by regional regulatory requirements. Which AWS service or program should the company use to determine which AWS services meet the regional requirements? A. AWS Audit Manager. B. AWS Shield. C. AWS Compliance Program. D. AWS Artifact. Correct answer, C. A company needs to implement identity management for a fleet of mobile apps that are running in the AWS Cloud. Which AWS service will meet this requirement? A. Amazon Cognito. B. AWS Security Hub. C. AWS Shield. D. AWS WAF. Correct answer, A. A company needs an Amazon EC2 instance for a right-sized database server that must run constantly for 1 year. Which EC2 instance purchasing option will meet these requirements most cost-effectively? A. Standard Reserved Instance. B. Convertible Reserved Instance. C. On-Demand Instance. D. Spot Instance. Correct answer, A. A company has multiple applications and is now building a new multi-tier application. The company will host the new application on Amazon EC2 instances. The company wants the network routing and traffic between the various applications to follow the security principle of least privilege. Which AWS service or feature should the company use to enforce this principle? A. Security groups. B. AWS Shield. C. AWS Global Accelerator. D. AWS Direct Connect Gateway. Correct answer, A. A company's web application requires AWS credentials and authorizations to use an AWS service. Which IAM entity should the company use as best practice? A. IAM role. B. IAM user. C. IAM group. D. IAM multi-factor authentication, MFA. Correct answer, A. A company is creating a document that defines the operating system patch routine for all the company's systems. Which AWS resources should the company include in this document? Choose 2, A. Amazon EC2 instances. B. AWS Lambda functions. C. AWS Fargate tasks. D. Amazon RDS instances. E. Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon ECS, instances. Correct answers, A and D. Which AWS service or feature gives a company the ability to control incoming traffic and outgoing traffic for Amazon EC2 instances? A. Security groups. B. Amazon Route 53. C. AWS Direct Connect. D. Amazon VPC. Correct answer, D. A company is starting to build its infrastructure in the AWS Cloud. The company wants access to technical support during business hours. The company also wants general architectural guidance as teams build and test new applications. Which AWS support plan will meet these requirements at the lowest cost? A. AWS Basic Support. B. AWS Developer Support. C. AWS Business Support. D. AWS Enterprise Support. Correct answer, B. A company is migrating its public website to AWS. The company wants to host the domain name for the website on AWS. Which AWS service should the company use to meet this requirement? A. AWS Lambda. B. Amazon Route 53. C. Amazon CloudFront. D. AWS Direct Connect. Correct answer, B. A company needs to evaluate its AWS environment and provide best practice recommendations in 5 categories: cost, performance, service limits, fault tolerance, and security. Which AWS service can the company use to meet these requirements? A. AWS Shield. B. AWS WAF. C. AWS Trusted Advisor. D. AWS Service Catalog. Correct answer, C. Which AWS service provides the capability to view end-to-end performance metrics and troubleshoot distributed applications? A. AWS Cloud 9. B. AWS CodeStar. C. AWS Cloud Map. D. AWS X-Ray. Correct answer, D. Which cloud computing benefit does AWS demonstrate with its ability to offer lower variable costs as a result of high purchase volumes? A. Pay-as-you-go pricing. B. High availability. C. Global reach. D. Economies of scale. Correct answer, A. Which AWS service provides threat detection by monitoring for malicious activities and unauthorized actions to protect AWS accounts, workloads, and data that is stored in Amazon S3? A. AWS Shield. B. AWS Firewall Manager. C. Amazon Guard Duty. D. Amazon Inspector. Correct answer, C. Which AWS service can a company use to store and manage Docker images? A. Amazon DynamoDB. B. Amazon Kinesis Data Streams. C. Amazon Elastic Container Registry, Amazon ECR. D. Amazon Elastic File System, Amazon EFS. Correct answer, C. A company needs an automated security assessment report that will identify unintended network access to Amazon EC2 instances. The report also must identify operating system vulnerabilities on those instances. Which AWS service or feature should the company use to meet this requirement? A. AWS Trusted Advisor. B. Security Groups. C. Amazon Macy. D. Amazon Inspector. Correct answer, D. A global company is building a simple time tracking mobile app. The app needs to operate globally and must store collected data in a database. Data must be accessible from the AWS region that is closest to the user. What should the company do to meet these data storage requirements with the least amount of operation overhead? A. Use Amazon EC2 in multiple regions to host separate databases. B. Use Amazon RDS cross-region replication. C. Use Amazon DynamoDB global tables. D. Use AWS Database Migration Service, AWS DMS. Correct answer, C. Which of the following are economic advantages of the AWS Cloud? Choose 2, A. Increased workforce productivity. B. Decreased need to encrypt user data. C. Manual compliance audits. D. Simplified total cost of ownership, TCO, accounting. E. Faster product launches. Correct answer, D, E. Which controls does the customer fully inherit from AWS in the AWS shared responsibility model? A. Patch management controls. B. Awareness and training controls. C. Physical and environmental controls. D. Configuration management controls. Correct answer, A. Which task is a customer's responsibility, according to the AWS shared responsibility model? A. Management of the guest operating systems. B. Maintenance of the configuration of infrastructure devices. C. Management of the host operating systems and virtualization. D. Maintenance of the software that powers availability zones. Correct answer, A. A company needs to deliver new website features quickly in an iterative manner to minimize the time to market. Which AWS Cloud concept does this requirement represent? A. Reliability. B. Elasticity. C. Agility. D. High availability. Correct answer, C. A company wants to increase its ability to recover its infrastructure in the case of a natural disaster. Which pillar of the AWS well-architected framework does this ability represent? A. Cost optimization. B. Performance efficiency. C. Reliability. D. Security. Correct answer, C. Which AWS service tracks API calls and user activity? A. AWS Organizations. B. AWS Config. C. Amazon CloudWatch. D. AWS CloudTrail. Correct answer, D. Which AWS service, feature, or tool uses machine learning to continuously monitor cost and usage for unusual cloud spending? A. Amazon Lookout for Metrics. B. AWS Budgets. C. Amazon CloudWatch. D. AWS Cost Anomaly Detection. Correct answer, D. A company deployed an application on an Amazon EC2 instance. The application ran as expected for 6 months in the past week. Users have reported latency issues. A system administrator found that the CPU utilization was at 100% during business hours. The company wants a scalable solution to meet demand. Which AWS service or feature should the company use to handle the load for its application during periods of high demand? A. Auto-scaling groups. B. AWS Global Accelerator. C. Amazon Route 53. D. An elastic IP address. Correct answer, C. A company wants to migrate to AWS and use the same security software it uses on premises. The security software vendor offers its security software as a service on AWS. Where can the company purchase the security solution? A. AWS Partner Solutions Finder. B. AWS Support Center. C. AWS Management Console. D. AWS Marketplace. Correct answer, D. A company is generating large sets of critical data in its on-premises data center. The company needs to securely transfer the data to AWS for processing. These transfers must occur daily over a dedicated connection. Which AWS service should the company use to meet these requirements? A. AWS Backup. B. AWS Data Sync. C. AWS Direct Connect. D. AWS Snowball. Correct answer, B. A company wants to run production workloads on AWS. The company wants access to technical support from engineers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The company also wants access to the AWS Health API and contextual architectural guidance for business use cases. The company has a strong IT support team and does not need concierge support. Which AWS support plan will meet these requirements at the lowest cost? A. AWS Basic Support. B. AWS Developer Support. C. AWS Business Support. D. AWS Enterprise Support. Correct answer, D. Which of the following is a managed AWS service that is used specifically for extract, transform, and load, ETL, data? A. Amazon Athena. B. AWS Glue. C. Amazon S3. D. AWS Snowball Edge. Correct answer, B. Which of the following actions are controlled with AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM? Choose 2. A. Control access to AWS Service APIs and to other specific resources. B. Provide intelligent threat detection and continuous monitoring. C. Protect the AWS environment using multi-factor authentication, MFA. D. Grant users access to AWS data centers. E. Provide firewall protection for applications from common web attacks. Correct answer, A. C. Which of the following are shared controls that apply to both AWS and the customer, according to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model? Choose 2. A. Resource Configuration Management. B. Network Data Integrity. C. Employee Awareness and Training. D. Physical and Environmental Security. E. Replacement and disposal of disk drives. Correct answer, A. C. What information is found on an AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, credential report? Choose 2. A. The date and time when an IAM user's password was last used to sign into the AWS Management Console. B. The type of multi-factor authentication, MFA, device assigned to an IAM user. C. The user agent browser identifier for each IAM user currently logged in. D. Whether multi-factor authentication, MFA, has been enabled for an IAM user. E. The number of incorrect login attempts by each IAM user in the previous 30 days. Correct answer, A. C. What is the least expensive AWS support plan that contains a full set of AWS Trusted Advisor best practice checks? A. AWS Enterprise Support. B. AWS Business Support. C. AWS Developer Support. D. AWS Basic Support. Correct answer, B. Which AWS service provides domain registration, DNS routing, and service health checks? A. AWS Direct Connect. B. Amazon Route 53. C. Amazon CloudFront. D. Amazon API Gateway. Correct answer, B.